Hey, this is Thrand. This is my silver soldered Maille. It's 16 gauge. It's silver soldered, which made it very expensive and very difficult to do. I did this myself. It took a very long period of time to do a big, large square section in the front. The shirt was never finished. We've tested it in many videos. It stopped all sorts of arrows, from crossbows to around 70, 80-pound bows. It's done all different types of stuff where it's very impressive. I haven't ever got a hole in the actual silver solder, except a friend of mine shot it once, and we actually put a hole in it. But other than that, it's extremely difficult to pierce. You pretty much have to break a ring, something like a lance blow or something, I guess. But anyway, we're going to try to see if we can cut it with that cast blow and tip shot. I'm just curious if it's possible to even cut one ring. I doubt it would be something significant to kill the opponent with a gambeson behind it, but if we could at least cut a ring, it would be awesome. Let's go ahead and see what happens. Oh! I cut it up top, that don't count. Oh! There it goes. The ring came out right there. I just can't catch the ring. It's falling through. We actually cut a ring out of it. Actually, a couple of rings out of it. So it is possible to damage the Maille with the tip of the sword with that much speed and power. But that's attacking the Maille. If you notice, there's no hole into the gambeson, into the cardboard we put under here, or anything like that. All we were able to do is cut a couple of rings with the very tip of the sword that has the most energy behind the entire swing. So it shows that all the energy is at the tip, because no other method that I've tried would actually cut into this. Any other method of hitting it would have just scored the rings. It would have caused little niches and nicks, because we tried multiple times today and we were only able to do it a couple of times. But that was 2 rings. That was the best one. I am very impressed. Recap of what we did today. We cut through here, which we already had one little niche over here, which was something totally different. That was from a firearm. A while back we had actually shot it a few times. But one here I hit, we ripped into it, but I think it also kind of snagged on it, pulled, popping the solder. So that means the solder is not quite as strong as the steel, the joint. And it looks like everywhere we got it, except maybe this one, no. This one here, I'm having to take it out here to show y'all. The solder is still intact. This ring was cut. So we do have a cut ring, that's possible. But from assessing our damage on other rings, these had solder on them, but this one got cut. It may have been cut past the solder point. It's hard to tell. It looks like it is cut through the solder point. This one here, the solder just totally came off and it popped open. And the same thing happened with these and the other hits. These are rings we found on the ground. So some of these, oh, I don't know. That's solder here. Wait, it did cut the actual rings. Sorry, excuse me, please forgive me. We're analyzing it with you as you're looking. That's solder at the top. Rings were cut by the very tip of the sword, but this actual tip is what cut it, not a large portion of the sword, like on the gambeson where you could get at least 2 or 3 inches in. We could only get a small portion of the sword where it has the most energy. Still think that was a lot of fun. At least it was a test. We're not saying that Maille's not a good armor. It's very good armor. Matter of fact, that wouldn't do anything to the opponent that I know of, except damage his Maille and probably upset him very badly, because you'd have to have it repaired or fix it somehow, like I feel at the moment. But anyway, it was still a fun test, and I hope you enjoyed it. Farewell.